this is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are pumped to welcome on Nebraska Punter and 2021 FCS Punter of the Year, Brian Buschini. Boys, give it up.
Woo, thank you.
Brian, thanks for being on, dude. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Absolutely. So last week we interviewed Chancellor Brewington.
All right.
And first comment to him was thank you for beating Iowa. So we also wanted to tell that to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for finally beating Iowa. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Obviously, that was a crazy game. Can you just take us through? Obviously, it was your first time playing Iowa. So kind of your first experience with that rivalry. What was it like, and what was it like taking down the Hawks?
Yeah, it was crazy. So my father-in-law went to dental school out there at the University of Iowa. So there was a little bit of extra motivation to go beat those guys. And my wife was actually born in that hospital that we waved to as well. So
really,
it was actually kind of a really neat game for me to play in. I didn't perform as well as I had hoped to, but we came out with the win, and that's all that really matters. And yeah, that was a super neat experience. But being honest, there's nothing like playing in Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to start kind of with your story. So you're from Montana, originally went to the University of Montana to punt. Has it always been punting for you? I know a lot of specialist guys kind of come from like the soccer background. Has it always been punting, or did you play a lot of soccer growing up?
Yeah, so I didn't do much soccer, but I did Taekwondo. I think that's where I got my leg strength and kind of the ability to kick the ball. I wasn't necessarily like the biggest kid on the team, so that's kind of how I found my place on the field, was being the kicker. And as I grew and got stronger, my abilities kind of went with that. And then I got my opportunity to walk on at Montana and put a lot of hard work in there, and was fortunate enough to get better and better. And now we're out at Nebraska, just trying to keep getting better each and every day.
Absolutely. So you won 2021 FCS Punter of the Year. I was wondering, what do they like look at for that award? Is it like punts inside the 20? Is it distance? Like how do they grade you on that?
Yeah, so the same people that select the Ray Guy Award select that award, and some of the criteria is actually kind of a load of garbage, if I'm being honest. So one of the criteria they select is total number of yards punted, which is crazy because if you have a guy who punts 35 times versus a guy who punts the ball 70 times like I did last year, he would have to average twice as many yards as me to have the same number of yards punted.
That's great.
So like the criteria from like a selection stance isn't the best. The Bryce Beringer guy at Michigan State totally should have won the Ray Guy Award this year. He far and away was the best punter, and he did not win it. But I was really excited to have won that award. I think I was the best in gross and net average at FCS last year. Net average is king. That's the number one statistic. And so I think that's why I was chosen. And over half my punts were inside the 20-yard line as well.
Wow, interesting. I had no idea how that works. That's cool to hear. How did you end up getting to Nebraska from Montana? Did you just enter the portal and they contacted you?
Yep. Yeah. So I was not going to have the opportunity to get a full scholarship there at Montana. And I just got married. And so financially, there was kind of some pieces to the puzzle that weren't filled. And we were like, man, I feel really confident that I would get some money if I went in the portal. And sure enough, we entered the portal and I got recruited pretty heavily. But my wife and I felt like Lincoln and just everyone at Nebraska it seemed to be all lining up perfectly for us to come out here. And we chose to come here, and it's been by far one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
That's awesome.
So I got a question I got to ask. I'm a big Yellowstone guy. Is Montana anything like it's shown in Yellowstone?
Okay, so first, I've never seen an episode of Yellowstone. Second, I'm never going to watch an episode of Yellowstone. Third, Montana is pretty cool, so I'd imagine if there's cool stuff in Yellowstone, it's probably like that. But there's just a ton of snow, but people are really friendly. A lot of ranches, a lot of cowboys or whatever. And a fun fact, I worked an interstate construction job over in Missoula, and we had to shut down the road and control traffic for them to film Yellowstone as part of one of my jobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's crazy. Are you a cowboy? Can you ride some horses?
We had horses growing up, but I'm not really like a big cowboy at all. No.
That's fair. Cool. I wanted to jump into punting because like we
Yeah.
don't really know a ton about punting. Like obviously, it's part of football. You see it every game. But as far as the specifics of it go, I don't know a ton. So
Yep.
what's kind of the most difficult part about punting that people on the outside wouldn't really think of or don't know?
Having consistency with your drop. So like in order to hit a punt well, do you guys know that like you try to hit a spiral, how like kind of like a quarterback throws it, you try to hit a spiral punt. In order to do that, you have to drop the ball like pretty much flat and angled exactly at about 10:30 to 11 o'clock. And you want to hit it like perfectly in the middle and swing straight through it. And that's the only way you'll get a spiral. And so when we're out in Nebraska and it's like 20-mile-an-hour wind and the ball's moving every which way out of your hand, that makes it really hard to have a consistent drop. And that's why like working on my drop, just how I release the ball out of my hand every time, that's like the number one drill you can do as a punter. And so kind of playing the elements is hard as a punter, and then just being consistent. Like that's the name of the game at this level. Everyone can hit a big punt, but it's who can consistently hit big punts without shanks, without, inconsistencies.
Interesting. Yeah.
So Brian, I've always had this dumb thought / theory. I want you to prove me wrong here, but I've always thought
Okay.
whenever I have a kid, from day one, if I just train him how to kick a football, that I could, and we work on some leg days, we just get him going, work on the technique, that I could get him high level college, maybe NFL. Is that true? If we just dedicate his life to kicking a football, how far can we get?
I think you can get pretty far if I'm being honest. I would seek out the help of so there's private kicking coaches that know a whole lot about this stuff. And those are guys that I train with still to this day, and they help a lot. But kids who started really young tend to have an advantage in this business. Like Will Reichert, the kicker for Alabama, he started training with these top guys when he was like in 6th grade. And obviously you see where he's at, and he's going to get drafted this year. So I was fortunate enough to run into some of these guys towards the end of my high school career, but the earlier you start him, I'm sure if he puts the work in, he'll be able to make it anywhere he wants.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
There you go. Start him young.
Yep.
I feel like an underrated part of the punt is actually catching the snap, especially like in the conditions like in Nebraska when it's super windy. I feel like the wind might affect that a little bit. And I feel like punters don't normally drop the ball. Like they have pretty good hands. Is that is that in your head at all? Like, is that tough to do?
It's tough to say because I've always had really good hands. But it is a really key element to the game. I've watched one of my buddies this year had 3 snaps go through his hands. One was a touchdown, one was a safety, and the other was, down on whatever, like the 5-yard line. And that's just a key catastrophic error. The punt, anywhere I've been in college football, is emphasized as like the most dangerous play in football because so much can go wrong that just tanks your chances of losing that game or winning that game. So catching a snap, something that I just work on a ton. And I'm at the point now where it's really not too challenging for me, but when it gets, super windy, when we played Wisconsin this year, it was insane out there. And Brady snaps would twist and turn in the air. And so just really having to focus in and find a new level of focus for those elements. That's kind of a key that I try to focus on in my games.
So speaking of the Wisconsin game, you had a 74-yard bomb in that game, didn't you?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to catch the win there.
So I want you to take us through a perfect punt. Like what exactly has to happen from the snap to your kick to the finish? Like what is a perfect punt in your eyes?
Yeah, so perfect punt would be operation under 2 seconds from snap to kick. That's NFL standard operation time, avoids really any chance of a block. Good hang time, over 4.8 seconds of hang time, guarantees a fair catch. Unless it's windy, if you kick it that high, it's just going to go bad. And distance-wise, anything that's fair caught over 50 yards is pretty much a solid punt. But for me, my favorite kind of punts are ones where it's like a clutch situation and I have to help the team out. Not if we're up by 80 and I'm just letting one rip, but versus Northwestern, when we were first punt of the year, it was in the back of our end zone. And I was fortunate enough to have a really good punt there. And good punts that versus Indiana, I had one out on the 2-yard line, and just clutch punts that help the team the most. Those are the best punts for me. And when we played Iowa, I was fortunate enough to hit one pretty high and he dropped it, and that was like a key turnover. And so like punts like that really get me going rather than like, oh, he hit a 90-yard punt when there was 5 people in the stands because there's a minute left in the game or something.
Gotcha.
The thing that I've always thought was like tough is place holding. As a punter, you got to
Yep.
handle a lot of snaps. Is that something like you guys, obviously, like you're working on punting during practice? Are you working on that like quite a bit as
Yep.
well?
Yeah, I get just as many reps of holds as I do for punts. It's super critical that the snapper and I do our job so that Timmy sees the exact same ball every time. And it is a lot harder than it looks. So you have to, the main thing that most people see about holding is like the laces and they blame the holder. But at this level, we line up at like a specific distance, and it's the snapper's job to snap it consistently to where I catch the laces up every time. And then I have to put the ball like on the exact spot that the kicker wants, like millimeter this way, centimeter this way, like that kind of affects the kicker. So my job is to have that repetitive motion of getting the snap and putting it right on the spot every time. And that just comes with like working it. This spring I wasn't a holder, and this summer I got thousands of reps in, and we had 0 bad operations in terms of snap to hold all fall, and we're hoping to do that again next year because all of us will be back, and then Marco will be the new snapper.
Absolutely. We love to hear that. So
Yeah.
there's kind of a stigma around punters and kickers that there may be a little bit soft.
Whoa.
We wouldn't say that, of
no,
course.
no.
We would never say that, but other people I've heard say that. What's your response to that? Are you guys soft?
I don't agree with that. I think if you came and watched us work in the weight room, you'd be surprised. Obviously, I sprained my ankle 3 times this year and looked like a total fool out there, but I promise you I'm not soft, and I actually love hitting. Back when we were at Montana, our coaches would make us run Oklahoma drill as the running backs, and I would just smother fools. Like, it was actually super fun.
Love to hear that.
And coming from a Taekwondo background, you kind of have, like, I've got some of that in me where there are definitely like glorified soccer players who are extremely soft, but I don't really agree with playing like that. So
I love it. Do you so obviously, punters and kickers sometimes like save touchdowns by their tackles.
Yep.
Do you work on tackling at practice? Like, do you do that at all? Or is it kind of just
we didn't under the last coaches, but I don't know if Coach Foley will have us do that at all. I've always been really good at tackling. We worked on it a ton at Montana, and I really love it. Like, you can ask the other specialists, like, I would play defensive end if I could. I'm just not really like built like that. But I love the aggression and hitting things. And so, yeah, I mean, I've worked on it in the past, but I don't know if that's really like a normal thing that they do at this level.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so right now it's big recruiting season. It's getting close to signing day, transfer portal. What's your like biggest pitch on why kids should come to Nebraska?
Yeah, I think it's like there's like a convergence of a million great things happening at once. We're gonna have the top facility in the country, like it'll be the top. We've got the best fan base in the country. Trev Alberts as this program, aligned with Coach Rhule coming in place. We've got a new coaching staff that's filled with young guys who are player coaches, that'll hold us to a high standard. And we've got a bunch of really good guys on this team that are ready to win. And I really think that we'll see a special product on the field next year. And then when you just look at these videos of these Husker games, like, who wouldn't want to go play out in front of 90,000 people each and every week? And then when you look at the NIL side of things, that's something that really is beneficial for our team because we have a ton of support from the fans. And I think players, obviously, they'll see that come in kind of like on a personal basis. But NIL here is just as good as any of the top places other in the country.
Love that. So obviously, with the news about Coach Rhule coming, we've been drinking the Kool-Aid. We're all in.
We're all in.
Have you gotten a chance to meet Coach Rhule yet? Have you gotten a chance to talk to him and kind of pick his brain at all?
Yeah, I have. I've talked to him on a couple of occasions, and I'm all in. Like, this is great, but one thing I'm even more encouraged by are these assistant coaches that he's hired. I think the number one improvement that we're going to see is with Coach Campbell in that weight room. There's been a night and day change, and it has been for the better, not just for the scale group, but for the power, like the linemen. Like, I'm telling you, dudes are sore in places like they didn't even know they could be sore. And we're like, I've noticed such a big improvement in like just a couple weeks. It's like that's number one excitement for me right now. And then under special teams, Coach Foley has been really successful everywhere he's been in special teams, and he's handled almost a dozen NFL specialists. So he knows like how to handle the guys in the room that we'll have, because we've got the talent this year to where we should have 3 to 4 NFL prospects. With Marco, he's an NFL snapper. Tristan's an NFL type kicker. Timmy's close, has to work on his range. And I know that I could be an NFL type punter. And so I think there's just a different way that you handle those guys. And he's obviously done that. And then Coach Rhule, he knows that he wants us to have. We're going to be physical, win the line of scrimmage, run the football. And those are the kind of things you have to have in the Big Ten, because it's cold, it's windy late in the season, and air raid offenses are kind of at a disadvantage when you get into that type of, weather and different situations.
That fired me up.
That is not
That fired me up. Wow.
Be more all in.
Yeah, I'm all in now.
I've been trying to play it cool through all this coaching stuff. That did not help. I'm all. I actually have a quick question. So I don't know if you're on Twitter much, but Rhule's been tweeting so many emojis.
He has his own little language, kind of like Cam Newton. Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you have any insight on that? Because I'm lost. I don't even try to.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I just see all the emojis, and it seems exciting to me. But if you guys been following Omar Hales too, whenever he tweets out like "Boom, go Big Red," everyone's just like sitting on there, like, "Oh, who's next?" Like, I'm just like waiting for someone to announce their commitment. So it's been kind of a breath of fresh air, though. Seeing like the effort they're putting out to reaching out to these new, like, it's a new generation. You have to be on social media, and you have to be, as Trev was saying, a grinder. And these guys, that you can tell they work long days, and they put a lot of time and effort into recruiting special players. And I mean, there's been a ton of commitments already, and I'm just excited to see where it goes from here.
I'm like legit fired up right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Brian, that's all we got, but that was a great interview. We're fired up. We can't wait to watch you this year. Good luck, man.
Yeah, I sure appreciate it. Thanks for all the support, guys. And we'll have some good products on the field this fall.
Absolutely. We'll love to hear it. So we appreciate it, Brian.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yep. See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. I'm fired up after listening to that interview.
I'm more all in.
I'm more all in. Trevin, are you all in?
Nope. Staying calm. Staying calm.
I went and bought more chips.
I need to see the results on the field first.
He's all in. Chris, are you all in?
Yeah. More. I mean,
not-
I don't
that's
know
not
about
all in.
more all in. I mean, we were all in last time. I can't be more all in.
I feel sorry for you guys.
Trevin's secretly all in.
No, yeah, he's all in.
Nope. Staying cool.
He said if the over win total
No.
was out, he would have.
That was a moment of weakness. Let me see us beat Minnesota on August whatever 1st, and then I'll start sipping some more Kool-Aid.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Merry Christmas to Boys Down Bad Nation. It's
Happy
our-
birthday,
Hanukkah.
Jesus.
Happy birthday, Jesus. It is our Christmas episode. Do you guys have any fun Christmas traditions?
I do not.
I don't either.
No.
No. Well, every Christmas Eve, my dad's side of the family, we get together and we have oyster stew, and the kids have McDonald's cheeseburgers. It's just been our tradition.
The kids?
I'd rather be on the kids'
The
table.
kids have the cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
or anybody,
definitely.
So are
anybody
you-
who doesn't like oyster stew.
Are you adult or kid?
I'm transitioning to an adult.
Can't you not have
I can't have oyster
seafood?
stew
Okay,
though,
that's
so
what I
there's
thought.
usually like potato soup and stuff. But
Okay.
that's just been our tradition. Don't know how it started.
Yeah. We normally get McDonald's like late at night on Christmas. That's kind of our.
Yeah.
We used to go to a movie on Christmas Eve.
We go to a movie on Christmas Day. I go to one with my parents. So.
Oh, so you have another
Fun.
tradition.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry.
Any good movies out this year?
Haven't really looked. It's mom and
I don't
dad's
pay
job.
attention to movies anymore.
I know.
Avatar. Avatar just
Yeah,
came
I'm not
out.
gonna
Isn't that
watch
like 3 hours?
Probably.
That's heinous.
That's like the most anticipated sequel of all time.
Well, they just got so expensive. Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
If you don't
mean-
go on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I do like going to. I wish I went to more movies. 'Cause They're good.
A little Husker update. Jeff Sims is a Husker.
Yep.
Yep.
Big for the boys. We're going to have a lot of quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, we're on track to have 5
Yeah, because
6.
Casey just said he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Casey's
got
coming
Jeff
back.
Sims, Casey Thompson, Purdy, Smothers.
Could have Malik Hornsby from Arkansas.
I'm very
Mhm.
confident.
So that
Malik
leaves
Hornsby.
5. And you still got Harburg, Richard Torres, and then a few other walk-ons that don't matter anymore.
Yeah. About to have a lot of quarterbacks. That's
Yeah.
good. We
I'd
want the
rather have
competition.
Competition.
I'd rather
Want
have
the
more than
competition.
less.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
when our
'cause-
options are Purdy and Smothers.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just-
going into this year, we thought, oh, we're stacked at quarterback. We have 2 good backups, and they both just were not good. So
Mhm.
better to have. I mean, people are going to transfer. Purdy's got no business being in that quarterback room.
Purdy will learn from his brother.
Yeah.
He'll learn.
He'll be fine.
Hit- Off-season
fine.
with Brock, and he'll be ready
Yeah.
to go.
He will.
At Iowa State.
Maybe at Iowa State. Friend of the pod, Tristan Alvano, is a Husker. That was huge. Big get for us.
And maybe tomorrow Malachi will be.
Possibly
Actually,
tomorrow.
I don't know if he's announcing tomorrow, but
Yeah.
Wednesday, I guess, if you're listening back on it.
Was he supposed to? Is he supposed to announce
It's-
that?
I guess it's
I don't know,
signing
it's
day.
early
It's
signing day,
Early
so
signing
on
day,
Wednesday.
There'll be
okay.
a bunch of
Or it
news
was, I
tomorrow.
guess.
Okay.
But
We talked about it a little bit in the interview, but Matt Rhule has been going nuts on Twitter
yeah,
with the emojis. I know Trevin has some thoughts about this.
yeah, I had a little hot take. Kind of cheesy. I don't love it. He gets the boomers all fired up with his stupid
That's probably
emojis.
his goal, though. He's
and
probably trying to
yeah,
get 'em
no,
fired up.
it's good for. I don't know. I don't get it, and I just thought it was too much at first. The emojis are weird. He tweets like every town he's at, which I know he's trying to prove he's working hard. We know he's working hard. Like, it's not a bad thing, but I'd like to see it in a year. If he's still doing it, I doubt. I think it's just I'm the new coach. People love me. I'm gonna get as much I can out of it now. Not a bad thing. It's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I like the tweeting where he's at. The emojis, I could do
Yeah.
without.
Overusing it.
I just don't know what any of them mean.
True. I hope there's maybe he'll clarify later.
Yeah, if I knew what they meant.
Yeah.
maybe
There
I
was
would be
one
more-
that he just tweeted out, and it was pretty reasonable. It was something about a national championship ring, and then a shield, and then a football. So I mean,
Mm.
kind of put that together. I saw on Twitter that people are thinking it's an offensive lineman.
Okay.
Protect the football.
Yeah.
That one I can get behind. That one makes a little sense, but the ping pong one, I think that was a Malachi tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he
Because
played
must
ping pong with
be
someone's mom or
some
something.
I think
sort
that
of
was
visit.
Malachi's mom. So
Oh.
I think that was a Malachi one.
Okay. Well, we like that.
Well, I'm looking at what does this mean? It's iPhone star, telephone star, iPhone, shooting star, selfie, sprinkly star, and I don't know what this emoji is. Alert.
At first, I thought he was getting
is
hacked because they were just random emoji tweets.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he get hacked on Twitter? But then they just keep coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows his emojis, I guess. I haven't seen half
does.
these emojis. So.
If it leads to a top 25 recruiting class,
Exactly.
He's already moved up 30 spots.
I will
saw.
say it's been very impressive the amount of recruits they've already gotten to come
Mhm.
here, and not a ton has left. Yeah, there's been some departures, but that's expected. So
Right.
they've done a really good job. I will say that, but
yeah, because I
you need
mean,
to see it on the field.
we lost Hausman. That one hurts.
Mm-hmm.
That one we thought was coming back. Other than that, I mean, have we lost a lot of other?
Nothing
here.
I
big.
don't think so.
Nobody big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's good. Chris, you went to the Husker game at K-State.
I did. It was in Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center. Huskers just didn't play good,
Can't play good every game.
That's what I keep telling people. They were pissed off, oh, this team's horrible now, all this stuff. Everybody has bad games every once in a while.
Mhm.
Ours were St. John's and K-State. We just didn't have it. It happens. You're not going to play every game for 33 games straight.
Mhm.
So
We're fine.
I still believe in them.
Mhm.
They're going to be fine. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Refs kind of screwed Nebraska in the first half.
We just got to steal one of the wins that we marked as a loss.
Yeah.
Can't go 8-8.
Yeah.
You gotta go
K-State
at least
fans are
9-7.
dumb. I hate them. They were just, ugh.
Are they nasty?
They just well, they hate Husker fans, and so they, typical heckling of Husker fans when you're walking around, and it was bad.
Yeah.
How can K-State figure it out and we can't? Their football team is playing Alabama in a bowl game.
That's
Had
crazy.
a great year. Their basketball team's 11-1, something stupid.
We're gonna get there.
What does K-State have that we don't?
We're gonna get there.
We'll get there
It's not. It hasn't been our time yet. It's coming. It's coming.
next year for
Next year.
football. This year for basketball.
Let's move into the down bads of the week. Peters, what do you got?
Yeah, my down bad is climate change people because it's supposed to be
Good one.
colder than it has ever been on Christmas. People are saying that
Like of all time?
that's what I saw on TikTok. So it could be very false.
I know at least Thursday, like Thursday and Friday, are supposed to be brutal.
I did see something like we're getting, like people in the Midwest and northern Midwest are getting weather that's normally in like Siberia. Somehow it slipped through a jet stream, and that's where this cold front is coming. I didn't
keep
really
hearing-
understand it, but I saw that. I'm like, that sounds kind of cool.
I keep hearing jet stream, and I'm like,
It slipped through the jet stream from Siberia.
so people saying it's getting warmer everywhere. It's not.
It's not.
Cold.
Yeah, this week's supposed to be pretty bad. Single digits. Supposed to be, real feel negative.
Like 35.
35?
Yeah.
Thursday was negative 35.
Well, it's gonna be like 30 to 40 mile an hour winds,
Oh,
and it's already below. I saw a high of -6, so
That's
the
gonna be
real feel is
brutal.
gonna be disgusting.
yeah.
So
I
bundle
saw
up out there.
a lot of NFL games this weekend are going to be just freezing.
Unders.
I don't know how you could go.
The Browns Saints is like 31 is the over under. So it's gonna be so low
Keep
scoring.
that clock moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, climate change people down bad. Good one. Trev?
Yeah.
Do you- I can. We
No,
can,
I
we can.
my down bad is France, because they lost the
France.
World Cup.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean they look good though. They played well, but
That was a
it's a great game.
incredible game. We don't talk a lot of soccer on this pod, but that
Yeah.
was
That was crazy. Good for Messi. Felt
Mhm.
really good for Messi. The scenes in Buenos Aires were
yeah.
insane. I've never seen that many people in a.
Did you see the
space.
Argentina girls at the game?
I did.
Their celebration?
Saw a
Yeah.
lot of the Argentina girls. Awesome.
Yeah.
Tits were out for Argentina.
It's true.
Yeah. No, France. They won it 4 years ago, but they lost this year, so they're down bad. I couldn't think of a down bad. I spent 30
fine. I know
minutes
that's
trying
a
to
good
find one.
That's a good one.
But soccer. Soccer made a little rise.
I don't watch a lot of soccer,
Nope.
but that game was actually real. Like from start to finish, was cool to watch. Just
Yeah. Hand
a
up,
lot of
I
impression.
overslept most of it.
Yeah.
That was on me. I meant
It
to
was
wake
early.
up for
It
it.
was early.
I don't think I watched a single live second.
Really? Oh.
You didn't watch any of it?
I don't think I watched.
I did
second.
not. I did not either.
Oh.
Really?
I might have caught a couple when like the U.S. was playing at work and it was just on like
wow.
the TVs.
I
Just
watched
didn't
a lot
watch
of
it.
games. I like the World Cup. I don't watch soccer, but I said that was awesome. Can't wait to watch soccer again in 4 years. so.
Yes, exactly. Women played
Oh, true.
Ne-
2 years.
2
year?
years.
2 years.
The next men's World Cup is here,
It's
right?
Here.
in North America. I
North
think
America.
Kansas City is going to
Yep.
have some games.
Yeah.
Games in KC.
In like Canada and
Yeah.
Mexico and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Will be cool. Chris, do you have one?
Yeah. I'm going to go to radio music listeners.
Okay.
I like to listen to the radio in my car.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't.
Yeah,
You don't have an
I
aux
could-
cord, and that's the
Never
craziest
has.
thing of all time.
I don't.
I don't know
the
what
last
it
time
is.
I listened to the radio in my own car. I don't know if I've
Yeah.
turned on the
I
radio.
just
No.
I just like
No,
listening
it's
to the
crazy
radio.
that you don't have an aux cord.
I know.
You don't even have one.
I do not have one.
Do you have like?
It's not
Is
hard
there
to
a
get.
charger in your
like
car?
There's a charger in my car.
$10.
Okay.
I just don't have an aux cord.
Maybe that can be our Christmas gift to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
I wouldn't
felt
because
very
I like
strongly
listening
about
to the
this
radio.
for years.
Yeah, but I like listening to the radio.
What's
Why?
the added
What's
benefit?
what's the benefit of
You
the
can
radio?
pick your
You hear the
own
five
music.
I don't
songs?
know.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
it.
you literally hear the same 10 songs, and you have commercials.
You could listen to the
Yeah,
same
but then they have
10
talk
songs.
shows and stuff. Sometimes
You don't
I'll
listen
listen
to talk shows. do you?
Well, like sports talk shows,
you don't listen to 'em.
like
You don't listen to
1480
that.
and stuff.
There's
You
also
listen to that?
podcasts. That
Yeah.
are pretty much talk
Well,
shows.
they're talk shows, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the radio.
Well, it's on the radio.
Here's
You
the
don't
thing.
listen to talk shows. I guarantee it.
I do sometimes
No.
when there's no music on.
There's always music on. It's the radio.
Not all. Okay, but when there's commercials, I can flip over to a talk show for 3 or 4 minutes.
You don't do that. I guarantee you don't do that.
You listen to the
So I listen to the commercials?
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes I
Whatever.
will.
Anyway.
Anyways. So I'm of the belief that Christmas music should only be played on the radio a week, maybe a week and a half before Christmas. But on the radio stations, they start playing it the day after Thanksgiving, and it makes me mad. It's way too early. Like, give me.
Is it like I don't listen to the radio, so is it like consistent?
It's like
Christmas
consistent.
music?
It's like
Or
on
is
the
it one
because I
certain,
listen to
like-
the country radio stations, and all of them have Christmas music, and it's just it bugs me.
So you say a week?
Like
and
a
half?
week and a half. That's a good amount of time for Christmas music, getting the Christmas
Yeah.
spirit,
I feel like people start putting up their Christmas lights like right after Thanksgiving.
which is fine, but just listening to Christmas music for a straight
Yeah.
month is a little
not
over
a-
the top.
I'll listen to some. I'm not a huge Christmas
Yeah.
music
No.
fan.
Because
Here's
they're
how
all the
you
same.
You could avoid this by getting an aux
I
cord.
could.
And you could like the same 10 songs you hear on the radio.
Good.
Put those in a playlist. Call it radio playlist.
There you go.
Then
And
it's
you don't
like
have
I'm listening to the
It's a pretty
radio.
Easy solution.
No commercials.
Maybe I'll try it. We'll see.
No, you won't.
You won't.
I probably won't. Keep listening to the radio.
That's a good one. I agree. I'd say like a week.
It's just
before.
too
Yeah,
much.
I
A
can
month
only-
is way too long.
I can only take so much Christmas music. I
Yeah.
always need it about a week before just to get me in the
Yeah.
Christmas mood. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one. My down bad is laterals in football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everyone has seen the Jacoby Myers Patriots blunder. Probably the craziest ending, the stupidest ending to any game of all time in the NFL. Threw a lateral just across the field.
Do you think he knew the game was tied?
I would.
He
He said
says he
in his
did.
interview he knew it was tied. It was just a boneheaded mistake, and that was not the play. I don't know, just kind of.
But I kind of blame Stevenson
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
also.
Stevenson
Yeah.
wouldn't have pitched
Stevenson
it
pitched it
first.
back to him, which kind of made him think, like, are we behind?
Yes.
Like, so I kind of blame Stevenson
Probably a panic.
as well.
I agree with that.
Which-
I also think it's also on Belichick. If you're going to run it, just take a knee
Yeah.
yeah.
or throw it.
You're not going
Well,
to get a 50-yard run.
You never know.
Because he said he knew. I think he said Mac Jones like couldn't have gotten it to the end zone.
Yeah, he
But
did.
you could
say
also throw it like short, and then if you catch it, you can pitch it. Then if you're at like the 10-yard line,
that. Do we think any of this has to do with #NFL rigged,
No.
or was he just that?
No. When
I
you're
don't
fighting
think
for your
that one.
playoff lives,
I don't think
you're not
that one.
gonna throw
what was
a
the
game.
line for that?
It was actually 2.5 for the Raiders, so the Raiders covered on that play.
Okay,
Something to
But
think
also
about.
they could have covered in overtime.
They could have.
with a field goal.
Something.
It's
something
that
to keep
play
in the
had
back of
nothing
your
with
head.
the NFL being.
I don't think that play.
You're not
did.
going to
Probably not.
convince
But-
a player getting paid millions of dollars a year to throw their season away like that. Like it wouldn't happen. No. The players are not in on NFL being rigged. The only way I can get on this train is if if you tell me the refs rig it. I can get by that.
Now they may have
The
done that
refs,
in
You
yes.
cannot
Commanders
convince
game.
an entire football team to throw away a game, throw away their playoff hopes when they're already making millions of dollars.
Wasn't there an
That's
egregious?
the hill I'm on.
Wasn't there an egregious call before that? Like with the
Yeah,
touchdown.
that touchdown.
Oh
the
yeah,
Patriots
the
guy.
guy stepping out of bounds for the
Yeah.
Raiders.
Or was it Raiders?
It was Raiders,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
But
So that was part one of laterals. Part two, in Monday Night Football, Rasul Douglas tried to lateral. It was a pointless lateral on an interception.
yeah,
He was being dragged down by his shirt and he pitched
Yeah,
it
that
back
was
and
bad.
fumbled. So the lateral's getting out of control. It's like when you're playing Madden or NCAA and you like accidentally hit the lateral button and he shoots it across the field. That's what's happening in the NFL.
I see it more with like on defense on like interceptions. They'll like hand it to somebody,
Yeah.
or like if there's somebody super close. I mean, was he throwing it to Mac Jones?
yeah.
Yes. Which that
Is Mac Jones gonna run for
no
60 yards?
no that's another thing. Why did he throw it to Mac Jones?
He said in his interview he thought he saw Mac open, which is stupid.
Doesn't matter. He wasn't gonna run
No,
60
I know.
yards.
It's just he definitely just panicked and
That was
If he can't
That was
throw it that
terrible.
far, he's not gonna run it that
Yeah.
far.
He can't run 5 yards.
yeah. So NFL needs to chill a little bit with the lateral or keep doing it because it's kind of
I guess it's exciting
It's
depending on what
chaos.
side
It's
you're
kind
on.
of exciting, but
I also feel bad for Mac Jones because he got dribbled like a basketball.
Yeah.
Well, him trying to tackle that guy was funny.
that wasn't. Yeah,
It was just a bad effort.
just.
I mean, in defense of Mac Jones, there, like, you're not expecting that to happen because you're running the ball. You're clearly not at that point. You're not trying to win the game on that play. So he hands the ball off. He thinks the play's over, and then he sees the ball being thrown back to him. It's 5 yards short of him,
yeah,
and then he
he's
just gets
just
dribbled to the
destroyed.
ground.
Yeah. So laterals down bad in the NFL.
Either keep doing it and do it more, or stop.
Yeah.
Make it a part of the game.
At least make it like a useful. I'm okay with the useful use of lateral. It's exciting, but when we're throwing it across the field or getting drugged down by our shirts and we flip it to no one, it's probably we should cut it off there.
Yeah.
But Trevin, you have a rant for us tonight.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
Something that's just kind of grinded my gears lately. Come bowl season, college football, all these players opting out to get ready for the NFL draft. I just think it's the stupidest thing ever. Why do you play your game all season? Or why do you play all season? What are you playing for? You're playing for the postseason, and some players just need a reality check. If you're playing for South Carolina, like, you're not going to be playing for the college football playoff. You just need to realize that. What are you playing for? You're playing for a bowl game. Why do you do all this work just to sit out? And like Florida, they had so many guys sit out. Like, what's the point? I think it's stupid. And I think it's hurting bowl games, and you just don't know who's playing. And I read the other day, Alabama, they have nobody opting out. Like, that's impressive. That just shows they have a good culture. And
They're not even in the playoff, and that's
no, they're
the
playing
usual
Kansas
for-
State in a, I don't know what bowl game, like the Orange
Sugar
they're
Bowl, I
still
think.
made- yeah,
Sugar Bowl.
still made a good bowl, but they're not fired up to play Kansas State. But still, nobody's leaving, which I thought was really cool. But you just hear so many people opting out to what? Get ready for the NFL. You can do that by playing more football.
Yes.
And
Yes.
sure, I get, maybe you'll get hurt, but you played 12 games before that and didn't get hurt. I don't know.
100% agree.
It makes
I'd
me
be
so
pissed
mad.
if I was their teammates. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
you're
it
just
for
leaving us out to dry.
I understand it for some guys. Like Bryce Young and Will Anderson should not play.
Which
There's-
I didn't think they would.
There's
I'm
no
surprised they
reason
are.
for them to play. If Bryce Young gets hurt, he goes from the number 1 pick to a late first.
But really, okay, if he gets hurt, let's say tears his ACL. Teams are still probably going to take him top 5.
I mean, that's what happened with Jameson Williams.
Yeah, they're still going to take him top 5, and he's back. Okay, if he doesn't play next year, okay, he loses 1 year in the NFL. He's still going to have 17 after that.
And he's going to be around his team and his guys for a year. He's going to learn the system.
Yeah.
If he is hurt, like, I get it. Like, no one wants to get hurt. But if it happens, I guess it kind of depends on who you are too.
Like a Bryce Young, he has everything to lose by playing. Does he care about a Sugar Bowl?
I would
that help
say
his legacy?
he has a better situation than like a guy who's like borderline getting drafted and playing and then getting hurt. Then like he has no future.
Yeah.
But like Bryce Young, like if he
The
gets
guys-
hurt,
he's still getting drafted.
he's still getting
Top
drafted.
5.
But he could lose out on $15 million.
I guess. But the rookie deal's not going to be that much anyway.
Because Joe Burrow went number 1, he got $20 million guaranteed. And that was number 1 overall. If you slide even out of the top 10, like, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, he made a ton on NIL, but
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's ruining college football in a way. Like, none of the bowl games matter except for the playoff now.
The weirdest one was Jackson Smith and
Yeah,
Jigba.
I was gonna get to that. What's his deal? I mean, I guess
So-
he was hurt all year, but
He's
I don't
been
know.
like prepared, like he's been getting ready to play. Like if you're in the playoff, I don't understand
yeah.
why you opt out.
I just
And,
think
like,
it's a
if-
lame excuse. I'm preparing for the NFL draft.
If you're a borderline guy, I kind of see like the extra game as more of helping, because if you go off, if you're a quarterback and you throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, if you go from undrafted to a late round pick, you're making a lot of money for yourself. I don't know.
I'd say, it's more high risk, high reward for the guys who are borderline.
Yeah.
The Bryce Youngs, like Chris was saying, if you're going to drop a little bit for sure by getting hurt, but you're still going to go high.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, you get better at football playing football.
I saw one guy on TikTok was saying that the 12-team playoff is going to be worse for opt-outs because people are going to opt out more, which I just don't agree with. Because we haven't seen very many, like we saw Jackson Smith and Jigba opt out when his team was in the playoff. But, like, if Bryce Young was in, if any of these quarterbacks were in the playoff, they aren't opting out.
Yeah, they're playing. Why would you not?
Yeah, I think it's going to help people not opting out.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, some guys, I completely get it. Some guys, it's like, I don't know why you would opt out at a chance to, like, go to the national championship and win it. Like,
yeah.
How does that make sense?
I don't know. Good rant, though. I've thought about that
Thanks.
a lot lately. Just, I miss when bowl games meant.
That's what I was thinking. Like when I was in like high school, I used to I watched every bowl game and I was so excited for them, and now they're just nah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yep. Let's move into our bowl pick'em update. Speaking of bowl games, Chris is gonna pull up the leaderboard. It looks like Chris is leading at 8-3.
And then everybody else is tied.
Everyone else tied at 6-5. We got a couple viewers hopping in, so that's fun to see. 6-5. Chris
A lot of games
8-3.
left.
A lot of games left. It's early.
Did we decide the punishment for that yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
Probably should soon.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah,
We'll get to it.
We put off a lot of things on this pod.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I always pay up to my punishments. So.
yeah, we will. We're good for it.
The beer mile will
What's the
come.
Smirk
It's
for?
coming.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
come.
coming.
I might do it on Thursday. That's how dedicated I am.
Yeah, why not?
In a blizzard.
That would be crazy. Shirt off.
Yeah. Tits out.
Tits out.
For Argentina.
Tits out for Argentina. Let's move into the Boys Sound Bad parlay for the week. Week 17. We were very close last week. The Bills screwed us. We went 3 for 4. Peters, do we have an all-time count on our picks for that?
Yeah, we do.
Are we over 500 now?
Yeah, we're over 500.
Nice.
We're 38, 36, and 1.
Okay.
Past 2 weeks, we've gone 3 and 1. So we've been very close.
We're close, so we're due. Extremely due.
You're up 10.64 units.
Still up
Because
money.
we hit 1.
Hit the 5. That's okay.
Parlays are hard
That's all
to
you got to
hit.
do
They're
is
hard
hit
to
one.
hit. We've
We'll get
been
this
very
one.
close. We've been sniffing around.
We started out doing this with 5.
Yeah,
So that
that helped.
it also hurt.
It also hurt. Peters, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Clearance TC Ching Athletics. Oh, that's the name of the stadium. I'm an idiot.
Wow.
I was going to say, what game are we going
Is
to?
this like
We're going to
Ping
go
pong
to
or
the
something?
Middle Tennessee San Diego State over 48.5.
okay?
I like college more. It's going to be sunny in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Love that.
They're going to be throwing the ball around. Neither of these teams have reasons to have players opt out. At least I haven't looked. So these teams are going to be
Yikes.
playing hard.
Love that. Good pick, Trev.
It'll hit.
Yep.
I'm going to Chicago with mine. We're taking the Bears +9. All bias aside. I just think it's a good spot for the Bears, bad spot for the Bills. Bills came off a big win against the Dolphins, and who do they play next week? The Bengals. So it's just a little sandwich, little trap game, little look ahead. Great spot. It's going to be bad weather, too. Maybe be a little low scoring. Fields is playing good. The Bills defense they didn't do well against Dolphins' run game. So I think the Bears can hang in there. They've been playing well. And they always keep it close. They never win, but we got 9 points. We got a touchdown to give up.
It's a lot of points.
I'll probably take some money line too, but for the parlay, we're going Bears +9.
Love it. Chris, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Titans -5 against the Texans.
Yep.
The Texans have played out of their mind the last 2 weeks against the Cowboys and the Chiefs. I think it's a letdown spot for them. And every time they play each other, they can't stop Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has 200-plus yards rushing every time he plays the Texans. So, therefore, they only got to win by a touchdown, -5. I'll take that.
Great pick. I'm going to the Bucks -6.5 at the Cardinals. Bucks bit me last time, but now this is the week that the NFL pulls their strings. At some point, they're going to do it. Their division's even closer now. So to put Brady in the playoffs, they're going to have to start winning games. Playing the Cardinals, Colt McCoy got hurt last week, so is it Trace McSorley?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah. And he looked bad this week.
Yeah, 6.5 points. Yeah, lock it in. Bucks -6.5.
I think I hate my pick
Oh.
Why?
because I think I like a different one more.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Change
haven't, we
Tell
haven't
me what you
finalized
think
it.
about Seahawks Chiefs under 48.5.
It's gonna be cold.
It's going to be
It's
cold.
I think 9.5 point spread.
Are the Seahawks ever going to get a stop?
I don't know.
Are the Chiefs?
It's going to be hard to catch the ball when it's 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna change
-9.
this because I think it's also gonna be my NFL lock. But
Okay.
yeah, under
That's
48.5, it's gonna be so cold.
I have
Okay.
just a thought about cold weather. Do we think that it affects the offense more or the defense? Because I honestly think, if I was on the defense, I would hate to hit people when it's cold.
Yeah, but then
Your body's numb.
Well, you typically run the ball
can't-
more when it's cold, which keeps the clock running. But I don't know. I think wind's the biggest factor.
Wind is a big factor.
Wind is the biggest thing to look
fair.
at.
That's a good.
What's the weather gonna be like? It's got to be so.
It's gonna be
cold.
very cold.
It's going to be, yeah.
Sunday.
Slipping through that jet
24.
stream.
24 is the high.
So it'll feel like probably close to 0.
Yeah.
All right, I can ride with it.
Yep. I
I
like
didn't.
it.
I didn't
Yeah.
like your
Is
first
that what
pick.
that what
just-
you're going? With?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that.
Love it.
Once I read the stadium and not the bowl game, I was flustered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So-
That's okay.
All NFL. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Nothing. Let's get into our NFL talk for the week. Last week was insane. A lot of crazy comebacks. Minnesota had the biggest comeback of all time against the Colts. 33 points, I think.
Yeah.
It was at one
Yeah.
point.
33-0.
Which-
they're down.
Just insane. I should have done it. I had the thought come across my head. I was like, at half, I should put a little something on Vikings money line. Just
Once it got 33-14, it crossed my mind.
yeah,
Maybe they'll actually come back.
it's insane.
And then I never did it. Scared money don't make money. That's what we
That's
always
true.
say.
That's true.
Feel bad for
Um,
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Brutal.
On the bad
Buddy-
side of the 2 worst comebacks in NFL history.
28-3.
Buddy just needs to
28-3 and
retire.
33-0.
Needs to call it.
Call it a career, Matt.
Yeah, he's got nothing else. What does he have to prove?
He's down bad, big time.
Yeah. Jags beat the Cowboys in overtime. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, nice one.
What we
They're just
talked
doing
about-
what the NFL wants them to do. Just
What does that mean?
keep the faith.
I hate how you
Keep the
keep saying
divisions.
that the Cowboys are going to make the Super Bowl because we all know they're not.
They are.
Why?
Keep your
What-
faith.
What is the
Defense,
reasoning?
defense and running game.
the
Dak will
defense
make
looks
enough.
terrible against the Jaguars?
Just it's a bad week.
They're also hurt a lot. Their starting corner
They
got
got a lot
hurt.
of time to
Van
get
Der
healthy.
Esch is hurt.
Yeah, they're gonna get the first wild card. So they can rest up.
They also have Mike McCarthy coaching. That can't inspire
alright.
too much
And
confidence.
Dak at quarterback.
It's all right. Dak will make enough throws.
No. What is your actual reason? Why are you so confident in the Cowboys making it to the Super Bowl?
I just think they will. For
on
some
the phone
reason,
with
it just
Vegas.
feels really good that they're gonna make the Super Bowl. They may not win it, but they're gonna get there. And I told you that before the season.
No,
So
I
I've
know-
stuck on
I
this
know,
hill.
You have stuck with this take. Never go back on a take.
Yeah, something feels right about it.
Okay. I don't have high hopes at all.
How are you feeling this week? It's the Eagles.
I go back and forth about it a lot. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is out now, so better
Is
chance.
that official?
I don't think it's official yet.
Just
but it's
He's like
Probably.
doubtful or
He's
something.
doubtful.
I can't see him playing. I don't know why he would.
I kind of think like even if he was playing, the Cowboys would win. Just seems like a weird NFL rig type scenario. Just keep the divisions closer for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Keep him watching one more week.
Yeah.
Keep the Eagles playing their people.
I don't know.
one
I
more
think the
week.
Cowboys will definitely win now. I don't think they're going to cover because I think they're like 6-point favorites now.
We'll get to it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, I take
Foreshadowing.
That back. We talked about Raiders over Patriots, crazy ending,
NFL rigged.
NFL rigged. And then the Bucks, or the Bengals over the Bucks. The Bucks. It was my second lock of the year last week, and I was after the first half I booked it because they looked really good, and then the second half
Yeah, that was tough.
4 turnovers. Tom looks bad. I
Is
don't
Tom
know.
Brady just done?
No, he'll make the playoffs and he'll win at least a game.
There's no
Yeah.
way he goes.
No.
back.
It's just, yeah, it'll be
I
classic.
think he'll win a game.
Horrible all season, then they'll sneak.
That means
into
they're going to beat the
playoffs.
Cowboys. They're not beating the Cowboys.
The Cowboys haven't beat them. They played them.
They
the
won't
past
beat
2
the
years.
Cowboys.
They've
They don't
lost
have
it.
the offense to beat the Cowboys. Their offense is so bad.
They got the players though.
But Tom is cheeks this year.
It's
Playoff Tom's
Tom.
different.
He's gonna figure it out.
I
Bucks,
think
Cowboys,
it's the year the
playoffs.
NFL gets
This
back at Tom
recording.
Brady.
Tom Brady will win a playoff game.
I agree with that take.
That's all the NFL news I got. Did we miss anything?
Bears put up a good fight there, Trevin.
Yeah, Bears are fine. I love where the Bears are at.
The Bears are a fun team to watch.
They're fun
I
to
like
watch, which
watching
is
them.
something you don't say very often about the Bears.
Justin Fields had a really good run.
I know
heard.
he's incredible. Justin Fields jersey is on my Christmas list, so I'm hoping Santa comes in
Ooh,
clutch with that one.
nice. Wear it on the pod next week.
I absolutely will if Santa brings it. So
What color? Orange?
I didn't specify. We'll see what
Ooh,
Santa.
that's-
We'll see what the elves feel like
I think the orange would be cool.
working up. Yeah, probably just a standard blue would be my guess. But
I would
be
assume
fine.
the Elves are cooking up a lot of blue jerseys.
Yeah. Yep. Figured it was the right time to get one. His Bears. I love where the Bears are at, which
Mhm.
is it's a good feeling. We just gotta do our drafting correctly, build a defense, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Bears and Lions division in 2 or 3 years. And
It
it's gonna be
is.
fun.
So you guys have the second pick, or is it
As
top
of
five?
now, yeah.
Yeah,
If the
so you
season
could
were
get-
to end, yeah.
If you don't trade back at all, you could get Will Anderson on defense.
Which I think we might trade back because there's a lot of teams needing a quarterback.
yeah,
We don't, so
Hmm.
could get some more leverage. Yeah.
get a couple picks.
Love it. Yeah, Justin Fields is fun to watch.
He is.
Rams.
They put up a
Ugh.
decent fight
Put up a
last
decent
night.
fight.
They have no players. They're just bad.
Just bad.
Also,
not
LA going to Green Bay.
They never play good in the cold. They didn't want to be there. They
They're
wanted to
wearing,
get out
like-
of there as soon as they ran out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
They're wearing like wetsuits. I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
To try and keep warm.
Don't need to talk about them the rest of the year. They're done for. They got their win against the Raiders.
Yep.
I saw they're mathematically eliminated now.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have the worst season after a Super Bowl in NFL history.
Yeah.
After a win.
What do you think
Tough.
about Baker in the future?
I mean, him and McVay seem to work well together. I think they've had a previous history before working together.
Do you think McVay comes back?
Yeah. He said he's going to retire when Stafford and Donald and Cup and all them are done. So, like, 4 more years. Then they'll all be done. Then it will be a dumpster fire.
You think Stafford has 4 more years?
Yeah. 3 or 4. If the line can hold up, which it won't.
Yeah.
Because their line sucks.
Maybe he just hangs it up.
He said he's coming back next year. So, I
Do you
don't know.
guys owe him a lot of money?
Yeah, we just signed him to a 2-year extension.
Oh, that's fun. That's what you want in an old quarterback.
Yeah. Pay him a lot of money. Whatever.
Well,
Got Super Bowl.
Let's move into our NFL locks for the week. Peter's a little foreshadowing earlier, but what do you got?
I mean, it's the squarest play on the board, but you got to keep the divisions close. And it's going to be the Cowboys minus 4.5.
Yep.
Keep them watching. Keep the divisions close. Gardner Minshew, fine quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Cowboys.
mustache.
Game's in
Cowboys have a good
Dallas, right?
defense. It is
Yeah.
in
In
Dallas.
Dallas.
Weather's not going to be an issue.
Nope.
It's very square. You're gonna put it in and say that's the dumbest thing ever.
We're gonna get
'Cause it
a lot of TikTok comments about how it's a square play. People love saying that.
Yeah.
Sometimes square plays win.
Those are the best ones
Yep.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Say, bang.
That's the white whale right
Yep.
there.
But yeah, Dak is good. Gardner Minshew, good player. Just probably not going to play great this week.
Love that pick.
He hasn't been practicing. He was at the funeral today of Mike Leach, by the way.
Wait, say that again.
Gardner Minshew. He was at the
Oh. What was
what?
Somebody ripped ass up there. Horrible timing. Oh.
Talking about Mike Leach, and we're laughing now.
No, it sounded like it was a chair that moved.
I thought it was a
somebody
fart.
ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
Sorry, R.I.P.
tough.
Mike Leach. We're not
Yeah,
We're not laughing at
not
that.
laughing at him.
but Gardner was at his funeral today, so
Mm.
So he's not focused.
might not be all in.
It's
this
either
week.
going to
But
be a
yeah,
yeah.
Or is it a revenge
Yeah.
game?
I know
Could
it's
be,
either going to
but
be. It could
spin
be
zone, he could just go all out for Leach.
He could.
Yeah, he goes.
Kind of scary.
Oof. We'll cut this part.
Yeah, we'll cut this part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's gonna hit.
Trevin, tell me your NFL lock.
Yeah, so I absolutely love my play. We've been getting some hate on TikTok. I got a lot of hate for my Packers pick, which was pretty easy.
Yep.
Some guy said, "Are you smoking crack?" And I replied, "No." Or he said, like, "Why would you take this?" Then I replied last night, I said, "'Cause it won." So keep them coming, haters. Honestly, it fuels me. I've been NFL it's treated me well. I've been good on most of my locks. So here's the play. It's the Dolphins -4.5 against the Packers. I just think it's a great spot for the Dolphins. People forget how good they looked in the beginning of the season. They put up a fight against the Bills. Packers aren't good. Sure, they beat the Rams last night, but Rams are, as we talked about, a dumpster fire. It's in Miami. Good weather. Tua's going to get it going. I think they might kill him. Packers season is over. Give me the Dolphins big.
Love that. Great pick. Chris is doing some searching right now, but what do you got?
Put him on the spot.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. You were going to give your.
You want me to go?
No, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. +7 against the 49ers. I think it's time for Brock Purdy to have a letdown. Even though I like him, again, Peters, he did really well on Thursday night.
He did.
Anyway,
He's got to win the Super Bowl. now.
True.
no, because the Cowboys are going to do that. Anyway, Commanders +7. Heineke, he's doing all right. They got a decent team.
They got screwed
Yeah,
this
that
week.
That was
NFL will
heinous.
reward him for that. They'll get him back.
You just, as a ref, you can't do that.
And the Commanders got to, they got to win to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Detroit's coming up on them. Packers are creeping up. So,
The Lions have the tiebreaker there.
correct. And the 49ers just clinched the division, clinched the playoff spot. Really doesn't mean much. They're not going to catch Minnesota or the Eagles. So, they're pretty much locked in the 3 spot. Game means nothing. Lose by less than a touchdown.
I like that. Good pick. My NFL lock of the week is the Bears-Bills over 40.5. I know. I get it. It's going to be cold.
Square.
It's going to be cold. But the Bills play in the cold all the time. Bears play in the cold all the time.
It's bear weather.
Weather's not a factor. It's over weather. 40.5. The Bills might get that on their own, I think. And the Bears put up points too. Justin Fields is good. Explosive offense. They're going to score.
But Bears have been flying over. Not last week.
They didn't last week. I like it.
So then,
So?
so that's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got flack last week.
Oh.
But also,
Well, I was correct.
Yeah.
This
We've
one's a lock.
Yeah.
I don't see any world where this doesn't go over.
If the Bills wanted to, they could score 48 on their own. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It's just if they want to.
So
Love it.
lock that one up. That's all I got, boys. Great pod. Great interview. Fired up about Nebraska football.
Meh.
And we're going to, by the time this comes out, we'll probably have Dylan Raiola.
True.
Yeah.
Then I'll get that's going to be tough when we get him. Then I'll buy in. I'll be all
and
in.
it's gonna be Christmas.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
So
Merry
happy
Christmas,
holidays.
Happy
Stay warm.
Hanukkah.
Yep.
Happy
Stay
Hanukkah. It's gonna be a good weekend. So we got have we always had football on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
Yeah, well,
There's usually a
no.
bowl game usually on Christmas
Well,
Eve. and
NFL.
it doesn't always
NFL.
fall on Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
so no. But I know there has been.
Okay.
I think they usually
Should
try
I-
and put one on Christmas for NFL.
For some reason I never remember
Maybe
that.
not.
But
I have
saw-
a vivid memory of my brother, Young Mustache, being on ledge watch because Raiders were having a really good season, and they were in well, it was Christmas Eve, and they were in playoff contention, and then Derek Carr snapped his ankle or something, and he was in a bad mood the rest of the day. And Christmas
On
Eve is his
Christmas?
birthday.
Oh.
Christmas Eve, it's his birthday, and the Raiders just lost their playoff hopes or
Queso.
season because yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there has been.
Okay.
But,
Okay. For some reason I just didn't remember that, but
I mean, yeah, it falls perfectly this time of the year on a
it's
Saturday.
gonna be a great
so-
day.
Oh
Just
yeah,
Food,
it's gonna be a day.
football on the TV. It's gonna be fantastic. All right. This is the Boys Down Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Trev.
Peters.
I'm Chris.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.